Hey everybody. Next up from 1939, we have the more Halloween-appropriate film, The Cat and the Canary, starring Bob Hope and Paulette Goddard. Now, lawyer Crosby, George Zuko, comes out to the isolated mansion of the late Cyrus Norman. There, he is to read Cyrus's will to his potential heirs, including Wally Campbell, Bob Hope, Joyce Norman, Paulette Goddard, Fred Blythe, John Beale, Charlie Wilder, Douglas Montgomery, Aunt Susan, Elizabeth Patterson, and Cicely, Lydia Westman. Now, when the will is read, Joyce is apparently to inherit everything, unless she dies or goes insane in a short period of time. And if that were to happen, everything would go to a second heir, whose name was being kept hidden in a second envelope. Now, since the mansion itself is rather isolated, in the swamps and whatnot, with no way for anybody to get away that night, they are all given rooms to spend the night in. Now soon, some rather spooky things start happening, particularly around Joyce, including Crosby disappearing while I was trying to warn her. Now, while all the men volunteer to help Joyce, Wally in particular does his best to help her out. The two of them manage to find a valuable necklace that Cyrus had left for Joyce, but it ends up disappearing quite quickly. Wally does his best to try and find out who is behind everything going on, as he cares for Joyce. But can he stop the other heir before Joyce is driven crazy with fear? Now, as far as I can tell, this is the third filmed version of the story, following a silent film from 1927 which shared the same name, and a talkie from 1930 called The Cat Creeps. But as far as I can tell, the 1939 film is the movie that established Bob Hope as a major star in the movies, allowing him to really make use of the screen persona that he would become known for. Admittedly, I wouldn't quite call it fully formed yet, considering the lack of quips around the lawyer named Crosby. Had this movie been made a few years later, I really can't help but think he would certainly have been using the opportunity to make fun of Bing Crosby. But this was made in 1939, nearly a year before he would first work with Bing on screen. And quite frankly, the character was named Crosby in the previous versions as well, so I would hardly say that this one would have been anything aimed at Bing himself. But honestly, though, I would say that Bob Hope is the main reason that this film is considered a comedy. To me, the rest of the cast otherwise seemed to play it straight, as if it was otherwise a dark house type of movie. Actress Gail Sondergaard particularly plays the creepy house caretaker Miss Lou, who is generally in tune with the spirits that are haunting the place and constantly watching everyone from the sidelines and creeping you out in the process. Now, to me, I would say that in some respects, Bob Hope's character almost seems kind of like he might be an audience member that's been dropped into the movie. Since his character is supposed to be an actor of sorts, he seems to have some idea of what's going to happen, accurately predicting that Joyce will be the heir, for instance. Now, obviously, his so-called knowledge, which is gained from a lot of other plays and other types of stuff he's done before, it doesn't keep him from being scared, and he certainly doesn't know everything that's going to happen right from the start. But it helps him out a little. However you want to look at it, though, his comedy works in this movie, and it is certainly a fun movie to watch any time of the year, but especially around Halloween. And it's one that I would highly recommend. Now, this movie is available on DVD from Universal Studios, either individually or as part of several different multi-film sets, including the Thanks for the Memories collection. And the movie is 1 hour and 14 minutes in length. Well, that's all I have to say on this film from 1939. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and I hope you'll keep coming back for more.